Hello, and welcome to Monson Made This. My name is Michael. I cook vegan food, so if you're interested in more vegan content, you should definitely click the subscribe button below. Give this video a thumbs up while you're down there, and you should also join the channel. That way you have access to all of the amazing perks and benefits that come along with being a Monson Made This channel member. Today's video is a what I eat in a day video, and it is in partnership with Veestro, which is a vegan meal delivery service, and that was perfect for this day because I was so busy. I had a lot to get done to get ready for the last video that came out. So I love being able to reach in the freezer, grab a meal, pop it in the microwave, and feed myself within minutes so I could get back to work. And Veestro would like to offer you an opportunity to try their food and save 20% off your first order. Just go to the URL on screen, that's getveestro.com/monsonmade. Use the code ENJOY at checkout and you'll save 20% off your first food order. So delicious, so happy that I had these around the house, especially for the busy day, which you're about to see. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I will see you again when I eat my first Veestro meal in the video and tell you a little bit more about this great service. Just got into my office, made myself some coffee, made my list of all the things that I need to accomplish today. I have a video that I filmed, I guess it's now the day before yesterday, which I did the sushi stack video. So I need to take photos of that. I need to edit those photos. I need to write out the recipe for the website, write the blog post, do everything that's gonna go on Instagram for that, all the text that appears on YouTube. But the first thing I need to do is respond to comments on YouTube and Instagram. So I usually just like to do that here on the computer in the morning, have my coffee, wake up a little bit more, and enjoy some time with Odie. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I've responded to all the comments, all the emails, and now it's time to get back into the kitchen. So I'm pretty confident that I've got the shots that I need for the YouTube thumbnail and for Instagram posts. I'm not 100% sure until I put the images on my computer, so I'm gonna put these in the fridge to hang out just in case, but we're both starving, so I'm going to dig into the freezer, see what I can find in our Veestro stockpile for us to eat for lunch, because we're both starving and we're ready to eat. I straightened up the kitchen after the photo shoot. Ben and I are both starving, so it is time to dig into our Veestro meals. He is going to have the baked mac and cheese. I'm going to have the red curry. So while I heat these up and while we dig in, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you some more about Veestro. As I mentioned earlier, Veestro is a vegan meal delivery service. And that means you don't have to go to the grocery store, you don't have to prep anything, you just open your door, you have delicious plant-based meals delivered to you, and they're there for you in your freezer whenever you want or need them. And I know we'd all like to prepare all of our ingredients or dishes from scratch. I have a whole cooking channel devoted to cooking, but even I, who love to cook, love a convenient meal every once in a while. I love to be able to just reach in the freezer, grab one of these, and 5 minutes later, I'm eating it, I'm satisfied. There's over 50 delicious meals to choose from each week. You can choose the a la carte option, where you choose the meals that are delivered to you. There's the chef selection, which is where they choose the delicious meals each week that get sent to your door. And finally, there is the weight loss option, which is where you get 3 meals a day for 7 days. And that is a great way to portion control, to manage your caloric intake, and to lose a little bit of weight while eating delicious, healthy, vegan food. I love having just like quick convenience foods like this so I can eat, get back to work. This is the red curry. It's really good. So I'm gonna devour this. Ben's gonna eat his mac and cheese, and then it's back to work. Back to editing photos. So honestly, I was really impressed by that. The red curry was so good, I devoured it, and it was nice that it was ready in 5 minutes. I didn't have to cook, I didn't have to shop. I'm really impressed by it. So, rinsing out my dish. Next thing is to upload all the photos that I took earlier, edit those, and then start writing some recipes. You deserve a quick and easy treat too. Some apple chips. Okay, bye. Feeling energized after my Veestro meal, and I can start checking things off my list here. So, did the food photos, which included the styling. Next thing on the agenda is to actually edit the photos. So I'm going to upload them, put them onto the computer, go through them, go into Lightroom, do some editing, and then make the thumbnails, make the Instagram pictures. Ben's gonna go and edit the actual video, and we'll sort of be in our separate places for a while. If I get done with photos before he's done with the video, then I'm gonna go into writing the recipe and do the blog post, which is what's next on my list. So let's get into it. Now, because we're filming with that camera, which is normally the camera that I use to take my still photos with, I was using Ben's older 5D, which was automatically set to RAW, which if you know anything about shooting, normally I shoot in JPEG, accidentally shot in RAW today. But I have to say that with this camera and the accidentally shooting RAW, my images are looking so much better than normal, and I'm kind of loving the editing process today. It's kind of a happy accident that I accidentally made, but just I feel like everything is just so much better than it was. It's like you've been doing one thing or doing things in a certain way this whole time, not knowing that there was a better way or another way, and then suddenly your eyes are open to a better way. And so I'm just like, I usually enjoy editing photos, but today it's like an extra special day just seeing how great the photos look with this RAW format. It's 5 o'clock, which means, Odie, are you ready for dinner? Are you hungry? Usually you're more excited than this. Well, let's get you some food. So it's not only what we eat in a day, but it's also what Odie eats in a day. Odie's also on a vegan dog food. And he has a special little bowl so that he eats a little bit slower. He used to eat really fast. Now that he's the only pup we have, he actually eats quite a bit slower, but before he used to eat so fast, we had to get him a special little maize bowl so that he would digest his food better. Odie eats at 5 o'clock every day. We eat at different times every day. We never know. We just ate a couple of hours ago, so we're not really hungry right now. I've been working pretty much since about 10 this morning. It's now after 5 o'clock today. I've got my list here so I can check off what I've done. I've edited photos. I've written the recipe. I'm still working on the blog post. The other things that I have to do will probably take me another 30 minutes to an hour because they all kind of tie in together. So I'm gonna work on this, finish it up, and then as soon as the sun goes down, I think we're gonna try to go to the park, get a little bit of a walk in there, even though it's 104 out right now. Hopefully it's cooled off a little bit later so we can go outside And then we might watch some trash TV later, and I'll let you know when we're ready to eat our next Veestro meals, because we really enjoyed the last ones. Kind of excited for the next ones. So, gonna finish up work, and we'll see you when the next stuff happens. It's now 7 o'clock. Did everything on my list, feeling really accomplished, and we're both pretty starving. So I'm gonna have the pasta bolognese. Ben is gonna have the country fried chicken. So I'm just gonna quickly heat these up and then we get to dig in. I love that I don't have to wait for food because I'm starving. It's really good. The pasta bolognese uses eggplant as like the meat of it. I really like it. Ben's eating like a country fried chicken that he really likes. I don't know, it's interesting. It's definitely like a frozen meal, but there's a nostalgia to that, but the flavors are also really good, and I'm surprised at how full I am from the last meal. The flavors are so good. Really solid dinner. So we just finished eating these. They were both delicious, and although it wasn't a ton of food, it feels like I'm satisfied, especially from the lunch one. Like, I was surprised that I was able to get back to work. I didn't feel any type of crash, but I was still satisfied for quite a few hours. This is definitely not gonna be my last meal of the day, though I do feel satisfied now, and this sink is making weird noises. But I'll let you know what we eat later. Probably some popcorn, because I've been eating popcorn pretty much every night. And we're gonna go to the PARK a little bit later as soon as the sun comes down. I can't say the P word too loud around Odie because he'll get excited and he's not one to wait. So yeah, I'll let you know when the next thing happens. It's been a couple of hours since I checked in last, and I have to admit that I made a bit of a what I eat in a day faux pas. I ended up eating one of the sushi stacks behind the scenes, so I apologize for that. But if you do want to see me eat one of those, then you can follow my channel, become a channel member, and you can watch all the Monson ate this videos and watch me eat that sushi stack on there. Sun has gone down, it's dark, so it is now time to take Odie for a walk. Do you want to go to the park? Do you want to go to the park? Usually he goes crazy. Come on, Odie, let's go for a walk. I think the camera's tripping him out. You want to go for a walk, Odie? Come on. Come on, let's get this on. Help me out a little bit, buddy. Lift? Okay. So let's go do our walk in the park, and then we'll come back and make some popcorn.
Odie, you ready to go? You ready?
Well, let's go. Come on. So we just got to the park. Odie's pulling me around here. We do have our masks in our bag here, but there's no one around, so we don't have them on right now. So we're just gonna take a lap or two and let Odie enjoy himself. He's probably about to go to the bathroom, so I'll be picking that up very soon. So this is one of our favorite parks. I think it's called Duck Creek, which there's no ducks nor any creek.
No, it's just open field.
Yeah, it's great. Odie loves it. And I don't know, it's kind of nice being out here right now. I think it's 93 degrees out, which
It's hot.
is still hot, but it's better than the 104 or 105, I guess it was earlier today. So we're happy to be able to come out. It's nice that we have the park pretty much all to ourselves.
Odie's happy.
Yeah, other than eating grass, he seems great.
All right, that's probably it for the park. It's dark here.
Yeah. We are just back from the dog park. I think everyone had a good time. Odie, did you have a good time? I think that's a yes. So I'm gonna make some popcorn because I've been obsessed with making popcorn this entire quarantine, and I started out using an air popper, but now I'm on to the full stovetop oil version. So I'm gonna show you how I like to make it, but most importantly, I'm gonna show you my seasoning mix, which I think tastes almost exactly like movie theater popcorn. So I'm gonna throw some oil in here, heat it up, then I'll throw the popcorn in, and I'll show you how I make that mix. Put the lid on with one kernel in there. Once that one kernel pops, I know it's the perfect temperature to add the rest of them. And then I'm gonna get out my little mortar and pestle so I can make my seasoning. My super special popcorn seasoning is a ton of nutritional yeast, some onion powder, which I think is like the secret ingredient that sells the kind of, ooh, that's a lot. It'll still be great. But it's the thing that sells, I think, like the movie theater popcorn flavor. And then of course, salt. And I like to do it in a mortar and pestle because I want it to be a super fine powder. The fact that Odie's not around and he loves popcorn is just proof that he's exhausted from the park. But I like to grind it down into a really fine powder. You could do this in a spice grinder, or you could do this in a blender or a food processor, I'm sure, but this is just easier. So I'm gonna get this down to the finest of powders, and then as soon as the popcorn's done, I'll put it into a bowl, sprinkle this over the top, toss it around, and I'll have my own movie theater popcorn that I can devour while I'm watching terrible reality TV, which is what I like to do after a long day. I can tell this is just about to pop, so I'm gonna add my kernels into the oil.
Oh, look who showed up.
All right. Glad you're back on board. Put the lid on. I like to put these two oven mitts on, and then I shake it and wait. And it's basically a sound game from this point on because you don't want to lift the lid up.
It's a lot for popcorn.
It's a lot for popcorn, but trust me, I told you I was doing the air popper thing, which I love an air popper, no shade at an air popper. This is not something I grew up with, the stovetop method, but I just tried it on a whim one day and I haven't gone back since doing that, so. Anyway, it's a sound game. You listen every once in a while. I shake it up a little bit, and I know that it's done when I don't hear any more pops, and I try to shut it off immediately after I stop hearing any pops. It's going to town now. I love that sound. And the smell, oh, it already kind of smells like a movie theater. Oil and popping corn. Okay. Can you hear that?
Now you just wait an hour.
So thank you so much for watching my What I Eat in a Day video. If you want more videos like this, then definitely comment below because I would love to film more of these types of videos for you. Again, to save $35 off your first Veestro order and help support this channel, it is getveestro.com/monsonmade and use the code Monson to save that money. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you again for watching. Thanks to all of you that have joined and subscribed to my channel already. Again, click that join button to access all of the channel perks and benefits, including PDFs of the recipes that I cook on my regular recipe videos, and access to the Monson Ate This videos. We're over 40 of those now, and those are just my little after show videos where I chat a little bit more casually and eat the meal that I had just prepared for you in my recipe video. So, yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.